Where do you see the place of bioethics and the future of genetics and personalized medicine?
I actually think that bioethics, and especially a knowledge of genetics, is increasingly important. Because, bioethics as a concept originated as an idea of how to protect participants in research and consumers of healthcare. People who don't have all of the training and the information held by the physicians and the researchers who are, bossing them around, standing there in white coats looking scary and saying, give me your blood, I'm going to go do great things with it. It's important in order to protect autonomy that people have, as we've talked about, informed consent. You need to have the information going into a study. But I don't think protecting informed consent is just about giving someone a form when they're coming into a study and saying, this is exactly what we're going to do, this is what you're going to experience, do you sign on the dotted line? Okay. It's about making sure that people have the tools to understand their participation in such an area, in such a venture in the first place. And that's by ensuring that people are educated about genetics, about personalized medicine, about the possibilities that their future and their genetic code actually hold, what that actually means for them, the level of predeterminism or not that this information actually implies. And, well, I'm perhaps a little bit biased in favor of the study of bioethics because I think it is super fun and interesting and really important. But, science is advancing at a pretty breakneck pace. And, we won't always get out in front of it, like with Gina. But someone needs to be paying attention. And, you never want to say stand in the way of any kind of scientific advancement. I don't think that's at all what the study of the intersection of ethics and science is about. Mm-hmm. But ensuring beneficial and responsible use, I think, is critical to respecting the people who make research possible. So my background, I came to bioethics as a philosophy major as an undergraduate. I began studying human rationality, mostly, and philosophical conceptions of understanding individuals as rational beings and what your ethical duties to a rational being are. That led me into studying informed consent and medical ethics because I found it fascinating. Especially how you get informed consent, how you get any kind of consent from someone who isn't rational, was formerly rational, was never rational. Fun questions.
Seriously.
Then that, in turn, led me actually to becoming a lawyer because I realized that law is the tool that you're actually going to use to make sure that people who cannot advocate for themselves are nonetheless protected. Best advice I can give to learning bioethics is just be open to figuring out what the next weird issue is going to be and learn all you can about it. That's why bioethics is fun, right? It's sort of a mix between hard-nosed practicality and science fiction. You're paying attention to what could go wrong and how do we stop that? Or, aspirational fiction. What's not great right now? How can we make it better?
Rachel, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for bringing me in.